I'm exploring a world right on my doorstep, Asian Muslim women. But let's clear something up right from the start. Arabs and Asian Muslims have the same religion, that's correct. But apart from that, we're pretty different. We have a different language, different customs, don't really mix, don't have that much in common. I mean, I don't really have any close Asian Muslim friends. So tonight's journey is going to be a new experience for me.
We Muslim women now make up 10% of the population of the entire world. Sometimes it feels as if the rest of you see us as shapeless black blobs. Where you've seen a veil before, tonight I'll show you what lies beneath. We are the women in black. Let's start with fashion. As an Arab woman, this is something I know nothing about.
In there is a fashion shoot for Asian Woman magazine. They're kind of like Marie Claire of the Asian world.
Well over half of all Muslims living here are Pakistani. The shalwar kameez is the national dress. I need to find out more.
Can you tell me the idea behind this shoot?
We're actually showing fashion for older women and for younger women. So it's a bit of a mother-daughter kind of shoot, and it's actually a real-life mother-daughter that we've got modelling as well. What I'm noticing with our younger readers is that they're very proud of their Asian heritage, and they're very proud that they've got this identity that other people, Westerners, seem to be embracing at the moment as well.
But this is hardly a recent fashion trend.
Let me give you a whistle-stop tour. The shalwar kameez is the national dress for Pakistan. It's been around for about 800 years, since the Muslim Turks invaded Central Asia. The shalwar is the trouser part, the kameez is the long shirt, and the dupatta is the long shawl worn around the neck or sometimes to cover the head. As fashion changes, so do the shalwar kameezes. In the 60s, skirt lengths went up, and so did the kameez. In the psychedelic 70s, it was all about colour. In the 80s, Pakistanis in the know added Joan Collins-style shoulder pads, and when MC Hammer had his 5 minutes of fame, so did the baggy shalwars, but luckily that didn't last too long. And when Princess Di and Jemima Khan started wearing them, the shalwar kameez went all Sloaney.
But this traditional kit has got competition. Many young British Pakistanis are shoving their shalwar kameez to the back of the wardrobe. I'm heading for Birmingham. It's home to one of the youngest Muslim populations in the country, and I've arranged to meet some wannabe style queens.
Hello, ladies. Hello. How are you doing? These girls are funky hijab-wearing fashionistas, and basically they're going to show me the ropes. So, you go, ladies. Show me where to shop. Let's go.
Just like most other women on the planet, these girls love their fashion. But when they shop, they've got a strict set of rules they have to follow. Being coordinated isn't one of them.
We kind of mix things up completely.
Yeah.
The real amalgamation of styles. And it is from kind of having a Pakistani background, living in Britain. And British girls do have great style. And the hijab just adds to that.
I think we probably feel more fashionable than Western women because it's quite unique, isn't it, what we wear, and it's
more imaginative. You just have to be imaginative about it and you're fine.
it.
You have to play with it, I think, and have
Enjoy
fun.
it, yeah.
I mean, there's still that stigma about Muslim women being oppressed because they have to cover their hair and whatever, but for me it's the opposite. It's quite liberating that I choose to wear the headscarf, and I enjoy wearing it. I like being identified as a Muslim woman.
These girls obviously fancy themselves as clever shoppers. I can pick up some tips from them.
So how would you wear this? Because of the big gaping neck.
We wouldn't wear it like it is, but if we wore like a black long sleeve top, which you can get here in
Because it'll just cover this bit and then you won't be able to see through either.
I'd just, you know, get something from the shop like this and I'd Islamicize it. You know, I'd put jeans underneath and a top underneath and
Hey presto!
hey presto!
But there are some things even they can't adapt.
See, now these shorts are a big no-no. We like to cover sort of, you know, the thigh area, so shorts, no.
I mean, I completely agree with you, because even though I don't cover my hair, I would never dream about wearing something completely low cut or mini or anything like that. You're just brought up to wear modest clothes.
Yeah.
So just to recap on the all-important Muslim wardrobe rules, we've taken one Western model, one British Pakistani model, and thrown them a bunch of high street clothes to show you how Muslim women in the know look cool and stay modest. Number 1, cleavage is not hot. Sorry, Jordan. Number 2, bare legs just don't cut it. When it comes to skirt lengths, measurements are everything. Leggings will do nicely for this outfit, but take away a couple of inches and they need to up the modesty stakes with some skinny jeans. Number 3, Pakistani women shudder at the thought of showing off their underarms. But this dress isn't going to stay on the rail. They have a few tricks up their sleeves. Number 4, forget the vintage look. Second-hand clothes are a big no-no for Muslims. There's a prejudice against anything old worn by other people. No way. So at least we share the same ideas when it comes to Western style.
In any Muslim community, Dubai, Yemen, Egypt, dating can be, well, a little bit tricky. Generally because the older generation see things as very black and white. Either you're married or you're living with your parents. But there's a lovely little middle ground. Muslim women do date. Come with me.
Marriage is the one bugbear that unites Muslim women the world over. Arab, Asian, wherever. So I'm curious to see how Asian women handle this.
Something very special is going on inside that room. British Pakistani women have taken a Western style of dating and adapted it to suit their own cultural needs. And I'm going to give it a go. Welcome to Muslim speed dating.
Okay, you know how it works. 20 girls, 20 boys, 3 minutes to find a husband.
I'm Hani. My parents are from Yemen, but I live in Battersea. I like having toast with cheese and honey. Is that weird? I've got some cousins that I think would like you. You're supposed to be talking to me and you're looking at that girl over there. I don't think that's a very good sign.
No, it's a smile. How are you finding it?
I'm doing a lot more of the talking than the guys are.
Really?
I think maybe that's
all right, you might not have a problem this time round. Yeah, I consider myself a bit of a talker.
Blimey, this is hard work. I'm so glad that I'm just testing this out. Thank God I'm married. My head's spinning with all their qualifications and investments.
I'm getting exhausted.
Sitting behind me is 29-year-old Afshan. Wonder what she thought of her fellas.
How was it? I thought the investment banker number 17 was very nice. Imran, his name was. I think you should write his name down. No.
Someone I liked.
It's got a little love heart around, isn't it?
This is Afshan's first go at speed dating. Her parents are quite liberal and don't mind her finding her own partner. They're keen to see her marry.
You started partying, didn't you?
Yeah, I still go out partying. Is there something wrong with that?
What other alternative ways would a young British Muslim girl meet guys?
Ooh, go out on the pool, innit? I'm just joking, no. We wouldn't do that at all. I think it's really hard. It is very hard, which is I guess why loads of people are here. We're Muslims at the end of the day, and we all ideally would like to end up with a Muslim, sort of sitting at home and waiting for Mr. Right to come along. I think a lot of these women, they are being proactive, which is very much inherent of the culture and the environment they live in, and sort of like shows that they are very much British, Pakistani or Muslim women, you know. Whereas maybe in Pakistan or Bangladesh or somewhere, women wouldn't do that.
And they wouldn't do it in many other Muslim countries either. The idea of being left on the shelf is just not an option for a Muslim woman or her family.
Within my own community, being Yemeni, when you kind of hit your late 20s, early 30s, people do start to worry. I know my family did. When are you going to get married? When are you going to get married? And a lot of people here tonight were kind of talking about that pressure as well. So I think that's universal. Pakistani Muslim, Yemeni Muslim, Egyptian Muslim. The idea of getting married young is still very kind of alive and kicking. I think the whole Muslim speed dating overall was a really positive experience, but I think Arabs are probably still a bit more conservative. You know, they'd be very kind of dubious about giving it a go. Whilst we're on the subject of romance, here's a scene from my teenage flirting days, Hyde Park. This takes me right back. I used to come here every summer with my friends and cousins and flirt with all the Arab guys
If a guy really liked you, he'd write his number on a bit of paper and throw it in your direction. And if you were brave and fancied him back, you'd take it and then call him that night at your house. In secret, of course, making sure that your parents wouldn't know. Good, harmless flirting. Everything's changed now. Everything's Bluetooth. Still a good place to come, though. Back to the Asian romance scene. With half of all Muslims in Britain aged 25 or under, young people need somewhere to hang out. This booze-free diner may not look like much, but it's a secret world, a haven for Muslim men and women to meet without attracting attention. It's run by a British Pakistani family, and it's a lot warmer than Hyde Park. This scene isn't necessarily about flirting or dating. It's more subtle than that. This lot are here to hang out with their mates, of both sexes, without attracting gossip. There's probably a discreet venue like this in most big towns across the country. Let's talk about sex. Listen to this. He undressed me quickly and began to kiss me all over. He trailed a path of kisses down my stomach and began to kiss and lick me. I moaned with pleasure at the feeling of his tongue against me. So you get the point, pretty raunchy stuff. I'm about to meet the author of this book and the author of lots of other articles about Muslim women and their sexual fantasies. Her name is Kia Abdullah. She's a bit like the Anais Nin of her community. She's 25, British-born, Bangladeshi, and she's pushing the boundaries when it comes to Muslim women and sex. What do you think is the stereotype of Muslim Asians?
I think they're very much viewed as these asexual beings who perhaps don't like sex very much, or who do it because that's what their husbands want.
Do you think Asian women are any less sexual than, say, Western women?
I wouldn't say so, no, absolutely not. And I think in many cases, if they've sort of refrained from it, I think once they're unleashed, so to speak, I think they can be very sexual beings.
What made you want to write your novel?
I just thought that sex and sexuality is such a big taboo in the Asian community, and it's rarely discussed. And I just wanted to break that taboo, I guess.
You know, I mean, when I read it, I mean, you know, probably I was kind of like, bloody hell, I can't believe this girl is Muslim.
I mean, my girlfriends and I, when we were growing up, we were quite open about sex, and we used to talk about it amongst ourselves. Articles like the one I wrote, I think it's good to have them there, because I had a friend who was talking about porn, and she didn't know that the actors were actually doing it, which is something that I said in the article. She was 28, and I was so shocked. And I know that Asian girls are quite naive when it comes to sex, but I was like, no, they're actually doing it. And they're like, no, but they're acting. I'm like, no, they're actually doing it. That's the whole point. I agree that there are many girls out there who perhaps don't talk about sex, or maybe don't like to think about it, but equally there are many girls out there who do talk about it, do think about it, and I think my book provides them with that assurance that it's okay to think these things.
I'm still thinking about Kia's openness towards sex. It's made me realise what a sheltered world I've come from as an Arab woman. If I don't know about this, what other differences between Arabs and Asians don't I know about? I'm on my way to Bradford for the first time. I really don't know much about the place, but what I do know is it's home to 75,000 Muslims, which makes the city have one of the largest Pakistani communities in Britain. It's also home to Anila Baig, a writer for The Sun. Now, The Sun's not one of my favourite newspapers. I'm not exactly a fan of Page 3 or the articles on the evils of immigration. But when I found out Anila writes for it, I had to go and meet her. So skinny. Hi, Anila.
Hiya, pleased to meet you. Come through.
Yorkshire born and bred Anila Baig had just won a local press award when she got a call from The Sun offering her a job as their TV columnist. Did you ask them why they wanted you to work?
They said that they just wanted to reflect the changing face of Britain, that the fact that there are quite a lot of minorities now, and they wanted the paper to reflect that.
What happens, you know, when you read the paper? Do you kind of like skim over page 3 quickly, or?
I'm just used to it now. It doesn't bother. I just know it's there.
Yeah.
But like if I'm coming to my mum's house, I take it out before I bring it.